this is a year where there's probably been hard conversations. There's probably been people who we came into the year thinking we're co-laborers and things. It's just been a weird year, and it's affected people in different ways. And it is easy for the joy to start slipping as we focus on problems, reading the news. And, so I'm just curious if you had any other thoughts, because you're mentioning it there at the end, and I wondered if you had any more.
I do. It's funny. Like when I was writing the book, the introduction was called "We've Got Problems," and I just started laying into like, man, name another religion that's even close to as divided as we are. I mean, name another religion that has more than 2 or 3 factions to it. I mean, we're just starting new groups every week that believe they're the only ones that got it right. There's no other religion like this. We're such a mess. So that was the start of the book. And then I just got so, as I read it over and over, it just didn't feel right. And I just started getting more and more convicted and going, God, no matter how bad things are, our lives are awesome. And I just went back to the cross and just going, just getting everyone to question, how much time did you spend praising Jesus this morning? Honestly, how much time did you spend praising Jesus this morning? And then reminding people, look, you were an object of wrath. No, think about a holy God, and you were an object of wrath. That means he had every right to just pour out all of his wrath upon you as long as he wanted to, as severely as he wanted to, and it was the right thing to do. And then instead, he sends his son to appease his wrath, to take that wrath, and then he adopts us. When's the last time you praised him? Just like, I'm adopted by the King. And it just, it's like, man, when we worship like that and praise him like that and start our days like that, man, that's where the joy has to come from. And anyone who just jumps into the problems and thinks, no, I've got to figure out this issue with unity, and my brain space needs to be spent on that, so I don't have time to praise Jesus this morning for the cross. My conclusion was like, you're more of the problem than you realize. You are so arrogant, thinking that you should skip your praise to Jesus for the cross, to help solve some world problem. Are you kidding me? The angels don't even do that. They don't stop that worship, and we start with praise, and we find joy in the presence of God. And so it's as I was writing that and thinking that and going, God, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I want to start my day with praise for you. I don't want a day to go by without me genuinely staring you in the face and going, I still cannot freaking believe that you would do that for me and that you're calling me son right now. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. And it's like, that's what's going to lead. It's that common joy. Just even right before we jumped on the call with you, Sean and Rob and I just had this quick word of prayer, and I don't know, it was like immediately I just felt full. Like I just, just right, when you started praying, I'm just going, oh, God, I love this. God, this is so good. Just the Zoom prayer with Rob and Sean, just immediately just filled praising Jesus, yesterday with the elders and taking communion with them. It's like, we're back, we're worshiping together. So good. Monday, seeing you guys and praying together. It's like, this is good. It's good. It's just joy, joy, joy. And so we'll just really encourage you during this time. It's not COVID. It's a lot of the problems start with our lack of praise. It starts with us just thinking it's almost like this whatever you call that, whirlpool sinking down thing, where you just, one thing leads to another. I got too many problems, so I don't feel like praising. Well, guess what that's going to do? It's going to take you even lower. I got to jump into this problem. It's taking you away from the praise. And pretty soon you're not a joyful person anymore. And then pretty soon people don't really want to be a part of things because you bum them out. And man, I get it. I get it. And I feel like the Lord kind of showed me, even as I was writing, like, Francis, you're the problem. You jump right into problems, and you didn't take time to just praise me with these people. And once you get them to worship, and then as we're all at the feet of Jesus telling him how great he is, that's where the unity is going to happen. We're going to praise our way there, worship our way there.